What's going on, guys? Today we're going to talk about a fragrance from the House of Banana Republic. We have 2 left to go because I think we've cleared almost the entire line. And this one is pretty popular out there, so I know you're going to want to see the review on this one. A lot of talk in the town when it comes to Banana Republic specifically, as this being in a lot of people's top 3. So strap up, let's go for that ride.
Okay, dinner for 2. I watch that head move side to side as I let the sin into the room. You are on time, let's connect minds. Trying to get into a mood. We gon' be fine. Close up the blinds, no rush. Finish the food.
All right, welcome to the Scent Bubble. I am your host for the late evening. Today from the House of Banana Republic, we have a Midnight Hour. Now, I am not gonna use test strips for this review. We're gonna go straight to skin because performance is always typically an issue with Banana Republic. Normally, good rule of thumb is that their colder weather scents, their fall winter scents lasts an hour or 2 longer than the other ones. But generally, the lighter, airier fragrances typically go 3-4 hours at best, and you got to cake the sprays on. So I'm going to give this the best bang for the buck in terms of trying to bring you guys accuracy of scent profile and how good I think the fragrance is. So Midnight Hour, I believe a lot of people compare it somewhat as an offshoot of a Creed Aventus-y type of fragrance, a pineapple fragrance. It got a 4.28 out of 5, so definitely mass appeal territory, but it's only out of 342 votes, courtesy of Fragrantica. So that's not a big sample size, but it's a good enough sample size to say, let's dive in. Hope you guys are doing well out there. It's been a while since we've touched on some Banana Republic, so I'm looking forward to this one. In the air, I get a nice kind of pretty pineapple. It's light, it's airy. It's Aventus-y in terms of just the pineapple, but has quite an airiness to it. I'm interested to see the notes on this fragrance. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. More like an Aventus cologne-ish, but to call this Aventus would be crazy. This is like super juvenile. This might be like the great grandson of Aventus, you know, just fresh born out of the womb. Quality scent profile, but it is light and airy. It's just got a little bit of spice, no real smoke. I'm sure they're going to try to say that this has some sort of a leather backbone to it, but I don't get it. It's just very pineapple forward, but it's very light. You know, if you're looking for the Aventus profile done in a much more lighter, airier thing, and you're okay with the compensation of, or the sacrifice of not having as much performance on it, hey, this might be a cool little glorified skin scent for you because the scent profile is definitely quality. A little bit of backbone spice, little bit green in the back as well. And then this just very airy, somewhat natural pineapple. Doesn't smell too synthetic either. You would just cake the heck out of this fragrance. Let's not make too long of a review out of this. Top notes: mango, ginger, green leaves. I smell basically this completely. Pink pepper, star anise. I get a little bit of those too. Geranium, hedione. And in the base, we have leather, agarwood, oud, which we know that's going to be synthetic. It's not real, but most aren't. Indonesian patchouli leaf and musk. Musky for sure, too. It dries down, more sweet, less peppery, less airy, more just that straight airy pineapple, ginger, green. It tones down quite significantly. But man, it feels like a skin scent already. I would go nuclear on this. I would go like 15 plus sprays on this and just pray for the best. But as far as a cheap scent that is worth spraying on, if you go into a Burlington, I wouldn't be mad at a lot of you guys picking this up. Outside of performance, it is a great scent. People said it had moderate performance. So if the general public said that, you're in good hands just overspraying the heck out of it to get it where you need it to go. Comparisons are typical, you know, Creed Aventus, what is this one? Blockade, Mont Blanc Explorer, Club de Nuit, Aventus Cologne, Hassavat. They're just going to start naming all the fragrances that are somewhat Aventus-y. Man, it skin scents really fast on my skin. My skin is eating this alive, but again, great profile. Let's go to our typical suspects real quick and let's call it a day. Any season, any reason, because it's so light and airy. Typically, some of the Aventus renditions would fall in colder weather, fall, winter, but because this is so airy, I think it's year round. It is a casual scent. It could slightly be an upscale casual scent. It could even be a work scent because though it's a fruity citrus blast, or a pineapple citrus blast, you know, the kind of the green is what makes it feel citrus. The green backbone behind the pineapple feels more winey, but because it's low projection, I think it could just be a slightly alluring office scent. Yeah, I'm not mad at it. It's weak as crap though for me. My skin just soaks that thing up like a beach towel. As a scent profile, I give it a strong 7. You know, I don't do decimals. I think it is good enough to purchase. And for people evaluating this fragrance, really it just comes down to what kind of purchase you are, what kind of purchaser you are, and where in your journey that you're at. If you cop cheap scents, get it. You know, it's going to be one of your better scent profiles. Now, at this same price point, actually, hold on, let me slow down a little bit. So any season, any reason, casual, upscale casual, business casual. It might even work as like a lunch date or something like that. I don't think it's unisex truly. I mean, I think it could work. It is marketed as unisex, but I think for me, people know this profile to be masculine. But this is one of the more truly unisex fragrances I've tried with a slight masculine lean. Sprays, I'm going boombastic on this, 15 plus, just to make it dance. Occasions, we already went over that. Alternatives, let's talk alternatives real quick. Unfortunately, you know, for 100 mil of Midnight Hour is going to run you 15 to 20 bucks, sometimes 25 if you guys get, you know, duped. And so for that price point, you can get everything under the sun, you know, Club de Nuit, Al Haramain, Afnan. You can dang near put an extra 10 on it and get into pre-show or collector's edition territory, Nitro Black, all that stuff. So, I mean, if you are trying to get the best Aventus rendition with the performance and check all the boxes, this is definitely not the one to get. But if you're the type of guy who finds yourself often in a TJ Maxx or a Ross, your collection's small, etc., this will be a banger for you, especially my younger kids out there. Nuke yourself with this before you go to class, and you'll turn some heads. You know, it'll work for you. It'll be a faithful soldier. 7 out of 10 for me. Just as a solid average fragrance, I don't really start rating below the 7. Unless, again, I don't rate fragrances based off of kind of where they sit next to other fragrances and what I've smelled before and all that. I just say, how many boxes is it checking? And as a standalone fragrance, what is it doing? And it's average. It's something that if you had it, you wouldn't be mad because it smells good. It's going to be versatile for you. It's a little flashy. It's got all the things that you want in a scent. And despite the performance at its price point, what could you really expect? And out of the Banana Republic line, it easily would be top 5 for me. So with that being said, we discussed all the alternatives, the scent, all that jazz. Let me know in the comments section if you guys have tried this. Midnight Hour, to me in my journey, seems to be the scent that like started getting talked about and advocated for a lot more later down the road. You know, a lot of people early on would talk about the 90 Pure Whites, the Vintage Green 78s, the Oud Mosaic, you know, a lot of those fragrances. And then kind of later, I think Midnight Hour started creeping into the Burlingtons and stuff like that. And people started talking about it more like, no, this is a really dope scent. So it's just interesting to see how awareness seems to be drawn to Midnight Hour a lot more these days. And plus the bottle looks cooler. I think that plays in. It's not your typical clear bottle. But yeah, that was Midnight Hour from Banana Republic. It's an okay, solid, average fragrance. And if you guys have any questions, let me know in the comment section below. Like, comment, subscribe. More importantly, turn on that notification bell. I will put 2 videos up here on the left and right hand side that will recommend videos based off of what you've been searching for and the type of content you seem interested in. But please, I gotta go. Feel free to stay here and search the whole library. Go into the playlist section to make your life that much easier to navigate my channel, because we are approaching over 1,000 videos worth of content, and we're so happy that you guys are here. If you're into fragrance content, this is where you should be. And until next time, stay blessed. Peace.